Beginning by just gently rolling your mat, or not your mat, but your blanket, and then hooking your sit bones, which is the bony part of your bottom, anchoring down into that blanket. And then find where this suits you. And for those of you at home, you can do this opening piece, and actually a lot of it, on a chair. Or if the floor isn't accessible to you, feel free to get a chair and just modify it the best you can. So as you anchor down, feel the shoulders come up to your ears, roll them back, walk them down your back. Grow long in the crown, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Blow it out through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Again, in through your nose. And half time, make it a slow blowing out. So for the third time, we're going to inhale through the nose and allow your exhale to be twice as long as your inhale. Closing your eyes, dropping in, bringing that head over your shoulders and growing up long through your crown. Slightly engage that pelvic floor and find your normal breath. We're starting with normal breath today because I really would like everybody just to notice where they're at in their own breathing. Where are you at? Just notice, no judgment. Is it shallow? Is it deep? The longer you sit here, does it grow deeper? Just notice. Now turn your attention to your mind, your thinking mind, the ego, the monkey. The monkey loves to chatter. The monkey also loves to distract us. So just give the monkey a little attention and then bow to your monkey. Thank it. And then turn away and step into a different room of your mind. The room where all knowingness can come in. The witness that observes everything with no judgment. And allow that observer to begin to follow your breath. And notice that as you follow your breath, the inhale and the exhale are our life force. This is what sustains us, our breath. So as you're moving through your practice today, safely on your mat, just notice when you begin to deny yourself your life force. When do you hold your breath? Notice it with no judgment. Notice it with an aha, an awareness. What would it feel like to bring life force into my being? Giving myself permission to fully experience what is happening. No judgment. Only the experience of it is. Notice how your sit bones are anchoring into the earth. That pelvic floor is slightly engaged. The belly button comes back to the spine. As you inhale, the heart space lifts higher as the throat opens because we're growing long through the crown. And that third eye, that higher knowing, opens to the divine knowledge that exists within all of us. Deep breath in. Slowly letting it out. Deep breath in. Slowly letting it out. So the beautiful thing about this life force we call breath is that our body will breathe us, or we might breathe our body. So in times of unknowingness or stress, consider the idea of breathing your body, bringing your breath into the experience. And notice what will happen. And stress can be as simple as holding a posture, sitting in easy pose, allowing the body to maybe let you know that there's something going on. What would it feel like to bring that life force to that sensation? Slowing it down a little bit more, deepening the breath. On the next inhale, growing long through the crown. And then exhaling the chin straight forward, as if you're going to lay the chin right on that high heart, that upper chest. And when you meet resistance, stop. Greet the resistance as an old friend and say, what is it you have to show me today? What is the message of resistance today? Deep breath in. Exhaling, allowing that to go a little further or not. What matters is that you allow your body to go where it is able and breathe into it. And as you exhale, is there one more layer that you can release that will soften, allowing the body to open? Inhaling slowly, bringing that head up, stacking those cervical vertebrae one on top of the other. Bring long in the crown, nice long inhale. This time we're going to exhale and allow the right ear to go to the right shoulder. No meeting the ear, just allowing them both to drop down. What would happen if you softened your elbow? Any holding that's in those shoulders. Any holding that might be in your mind. Just for one breath, or even an inhale, setting it down, setting it aside. Inhaling, drawing that head up and long, and exhaling, allowing the left ear to go to the left shoulder. Again, chasing the shoulder rather than meeting the ear. Let that elbow drop heavy. Breathe into it. All movements are slow. All breath is very slow. Inviting something different. Inviting intentional breath. Inhaling, drawing that head up slowly. On the next inhale, inhaling the hands up overhead. Locking your fingers behind your head. Taking a nice deep breath in. Dropping out of the shoulders, going long in the crown. Engaging that pelvic floor. And then exhaling, allowing that chin to travel forward, bringing the hands with you. So it's more about the head controlling the movement and the hands just taking a ride. And as you begin to feel that chin drop forward, allow the weight of the hands to encourage the release. You might notice that you feel this down either side of your spine, all the way to your tail. And you might not. You might only feel it in your neck. And if you notice that there's a choking sensation, like there's a collapsing happening in the esophagus, come back up, grow long in the crown, and then lengthen forward. It is possible that if you're not growing long in your crown, that esophagus might just be hinging a little more than it needs to. On the next inhale, bringing it all up. Now for me, this opens a channel of energy, and I have a sensation of warmth and heat going all the way through my body. And as you come back up, open those elbows wide, as if they're going to go behind you. And imagine them touching behind you. They won't, but imagine it. Opening that heart space. Nice deep inhale, really cowing the body forward, so arching forward into the heart space. And then exhaling and gently catting back, just gently. And again, inhaling, coming forward. And exhaling back. So interesting sensations happening. Notice what's happening in your body. By moving slowly, it's giving that Kundalini energy. That's the energy at the base of our spine. The opportunity to begin to open and move up the spine, often creating an amazing amount of heat. Long, intentional breaths. One more, cat out of it. And then inhaling, right up long through your crown, releasing the arms straight up as if you're creating a conduit to the divine. Accepting all that sunlight in through the crown, the top of your head, inhaling. Turning those arms away, exhaling ever so slowly. And as you exhale, reach those fingertips as if you're working to graze the walls opposite of you. Dropping out of the shoulders. My shoulders love to come help with this because my arms are working to grab the bones. And my shoulder thinks, oh, I need to help. No, soften out of the shoulders. As you come down to the earth, wherever your hands meet the earth, let your fingertips first graze the earth, and then feel the base of your palms work down. So for some, you're going to be further away. For others, you're going to be closer in. And if you have really short arms, you can put them up on your blanket. That's okay too. So here we are, growing long in the crown. Inhaling long, exhaling. Press into the left hand and let that right ear travel to the left shoulder. So you'll hear me grow hoarse. That's the throat chakra. We're working with the throat chakra right now. 5th chakra. So imagine the color blue. Beautiful blue. And as we open the neck, anything that might be stuck in that area or resisting may begin to clear. So the way it clears in my voice is I begin to sound a little froggy, hoarse, but continue to breathe into it. Inhaling, lifting your head up to the center, keeping those palms down. You might be feeling sensations all the way down your arms, and exhaling that ear to the other shoulder, the left shoulder, pressing that right palm into the earth. So the pressing of the palm into the earth on the opposite side gives the scaling muscles, that's all of the neck muscles from your ear down to your shoulder, the opportunity to open. Sometimes you'll feel sensations down your arms because this is where the radial nerve comes out of the neck, through the shoulder, down into your arm. So for me, it's a tightness and a tingling. For some, it's coolness. For those of you who struggle maybe with carpal tunnel, you might feel it in your wrist. Know that this in no way is hurting you, but actually creating space for an openness. One more breath. Really exhale those palms to the floor. There you go, good. Inhaling, lifting your head up, back to center. Nicely done. Inhaling those palms all the way up. And as you exhale, twist to the right, bringing your heart all the way over past that right leg, encouraging the twist, looking over your shoulder, deepening it in. Noticing what happens when you engage that pelvic floor and support the body into this twist. Breathing into it. Dropping out of your shoulders. Bringing your attention to your breath. Noticing that if the monkey is working with you, how much longer are we going to be sitting here? My legs are going to sleep. What time is it? Those are all monkey mind chatter. That monkey can chatter, and you can bring your attention to your breath. Nicely done. Inhaling your hands up overhead. Coming back to center. Nice, long, slow. And exhaling the other direction. Twisting into it, deepening it in, lifting through that core, dropping out of the shoulders. My shoulders are dying to be part of this practice today. They really want to participate. That's when I bring my breath to softening, looking over my shoulder. Gauging the pelvic floor, twisting to your point of resistance. Where's your edge? Play with it. Imagine that you're wringing out the intestinal tract. All of this right in the belly. Wring it out. Anything you're holding on to, you no longer need it. Whatever is no longer serving you, imagine it releasing. Ready to be eliminated. One more breath. Nicely done. Inhaling, coming back to center, inhaling the hands up overhead just to complete the cycle. And then exhaling those palms back down to the floor, sliding off your blankets, finding your strap. So legs are going to come out in front of us. So mine are both asleep this morning. It's an interesting sensation. Sometimes in easy pose, if my hips are super tight, my legs go to sleep. So start by shaking them out. Shake the body out. Shake the feet out. Give them some love. If you're having any I call my joint people. My joint people are talking to me. Just give them some love. Give them some love. Find your strap. And we'll start with the right foot. So if you're opposite of me, I'm going to do my left foot. So because you're facing me, so it's actually the right foot for you. Draw that in and then lift it slightly off the floor. Now the body's going to want to come back. So engage your pelvic floor so that you can continue to sit up and drop down out of your shoulders. Press through both heels. Woo, hello. Just this little motion right here. Holding into it, kicking through the heel. 3 more breaths. Connecting in with that inhale and exhale. And last one. And then lower it down and switch sides. So we're going to do a little bit of back and forth here for a minute. And then we'll drop into holding. So for some of you, your posture is going to be right here, drawing your foot in, and that's it. I'm going to see if I can do it on this side. It's an interesting sensation. The inside of my thigh is grabbing right here in the adductors, which tells me just in my own profession as a body worker, I know that I have an instability in my pelvis. So that's good awareness. If you notice that you have a sensation somewhere, you don't have to know what it is. Just recognize that it's there. Nice deep breath in. Drop out of your shoulders, engage that pelvic floor, grow long in your crown, and 2 more breaths. And last one. And release it down. Now, you might think this isn't much, but we're actually doing core work here. So if your core is on vacation, you're gonna feel it in your low back. So really make sure and draw up through that pelvic floor, draw the belly button back. Inhale, lift up this foot, now open it wide. If you have to use the other hand to help balance, you can. Now, super stretchy people, you're gonna go clear out here. And super balancing people, not happening today for me. So work where it is for you. Grow up tall, engage that pelvic floor. Good. Drop out of your chin, drop out and bring those ears back over your shoulders. There are my shoulders again. 2 more breaths. Nicely done. Bring it back center. Exhale it down. So where you're going to begin to feel this is right through here, kind of the opening of the pelvic bowl. So lots of muscles in there. Deep, deep underneath everything. Underneath our bladder, underneath those of us who are women, underneath our uterus if you still have one. For men, under your bladder, underneath your pubic bone, opening it up, other side. And the reason for strength here, it helps with a lot of things. It helps with bladder control. It helps with, we're all breathing, remember. It helps with moving from the center of your body, which if we move from the center of our body, nobody can throw us off balance. No one. How cool is that? We're solid in our foundation. Deep breath. I'm going to just see how wide I can go, not very far. Exhale, lower it down. This time, we're going to loop the strap around both feet. And even though this is Dandasana, and some of you can reach your feet, I'm going to invite you to use the strap anyway. And let this be more about work through the knees, rolling the knees open, growing long in the back, long in the crown, sitting up. For me, this is it right here today. So close your eyes, drop in, drop out of your shoulders, loosen your jaw. Find your breath. What would it feel like to draw those ears back over your shoulders? And notice how the 5th chakra might begin to clear. You might cough, you might clear your throat. You can hear some of that going on in the classroom today. We've opened that 5th chakra. So here we go. Little teeny movement forward, belly button back to your spine. So almost as if the belly button going to your spine is drawing you forward. Deep breath in. Nicely done. 2 more breaths. And last one. Very good. Release that strap out, shake those legs out. Now, bring your hands behind you and lean back a little bit and really shake those legs back. Bring your feet and begin to rock them side to side. We're just gonna open the hips. My hips are screaming at me today. They're like, what about us? So here we go. This is what it's about, opening up those hips, side to side. Now, we're gonna begin to slow it down. Slow it down. And then we're gonna stop on one side. It doesn't matter which side you stop on, and come back up to sitting, okay? So your legs might be farther out, they might be farther in, but work to allow the sit bones to balance. They may not, because if you're tight through here, through the front part of your thigh, you're not gonna anchor down so deeply. Go up nice and tall, let those shoulders come down, and just sink into this just for a minute to get used to the idea. If you have any hip or knee replacements, just be mindful to work at your level. And if you're in a chair, you can do this, just kind of put one leg kind of off to one side of the chair and the other one kind of under the chair. That's how you do this. Take a nice deep breath in, bring the arm of the front leg around and set it right next to your hip, okay? Bring the other arm over and scoop it up and reach to the corner of the room. We're not coming up on the arm. We're just gonna reach. This is a twist. It catches the top part of the IT band all through the waist. Remember to grow long, reach it up, reach it up. Now take a nice deep inhale and tip your chin down without losing the lengthening of the crown. And then inhale and grow long through the crown, bring that chin back up, stack those vertebrae up, and notice how the spine works in the twist. Now on the next inhale, bring your nose and look over that upper shoulder. Look over it, deepening the twist. There you go. This catches deep in the psoas. So much is happening here. Breathe into it one more time. And then exhale, coming down out of it, lengthening through your crown, coming out of it. Coming back, both hands behind you. Set those feet back up. And then begin to rock side to side. Now, really take note. What is different? Left side to right side. Can you feel it? Is there a little more space? Just notice. Notice how your low back feels one side to the other. Just notice. Okay, here we go. Whatever side you didn't do, do the other side. So again, find where this works for you. Inhale, grow up tall. Notice if you can sink down in the hips. Just notice. So as we open and the leg begins to rotate in the hip joint, the sit bones will anchor down. So I've got a little bit of a twist happening because I'm really tight through the hips. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and inhale, bring that arm of the front leg around and set it right beside you. And then the other arm, inhale, reach it up and over, reach to that opposite corner of the room. Reach it. You can look to your fingertips, you can look straight ahead, but take a nice deep inhale and begin to feel how all the way up the outside of your leg, the front of your leg, deep into the groin, but then on up into the belly. There's a beautiful release that's happening. Bring that belly button in, take a nice long inhale through the crown of your head, lengthen long. And then exhale the chin down, growing long in your crown, but yet lengthening through the back of the neck. Inhaling long in the crown, and then exhaling, looking over that upper shoulder. Look over it. What's on the other side of that shoulder? Keep reaching, reach for the corner. Let those arm muscles really grip around the bone. This is where our strength is gripping the bone. Just notice. Good. One more breath. And then exhaling, beginning your journey out of this. Noticing any sensations in the body. So I have lots of energy running through the body and through my body. Because I know what it feels like in my body, I know that it's there. Sensations like heat, coolness, vibrations, tingling, all of those, that's energy moving. 2 more. And last one, good. And we're gonna just come right over to tabletop, passing through tabletop, and we're gonna head to downward facing dog. But let's start with tabletop, build it up, elbows facing each other. On the next inhale, roll those toes under, and we're not gonna be in dog very long, we're just gonna go to standing, but inhaling, lifting up in the dog, walk through those heels. Take note of the space in your legs. How do the leg bones stack on top of each other after that little bit of core and leg work? Just walk it out, give the joint some love, maybe wiggle that tail a little bit, shake it out, Inhale up on the toes and exhale all the way down into your heels. And just notice. On the next inhale, we're going to walk our feet forward in between our hands. You can do it in one step. You can do it in a jump. You can do it in 5 or 12 steps. I do 5 steps. And then exhale all the way down. And if your strap's not handy, you might turn around and get it so that it's right in front of you so that you can use it. And we're going to, while we're down here, let's just put this underneath our right foot, just so that it's ready, kind of like we did when we were seated, and just let it loosely hang in your hand. And we're going to inhale and we're going to begin to roll up to standing. So you might have to even off the belt a little bit. Find a drishti, and where the belt needs to be is right underneath the ball of your foot. So versus the arch of your foot. Now, this is a balance, so find a drishti point, pour into your left foot, engage your core, and bring that leg up. Now, it might be right here, and that's okay. But find where it is, lengthen through that heel. And, you know, for those of you super stretchy, ideally 90-degree angle. Not happening in my body today. I'm at about a here degree, whatever that is. Breathing into it. Finding your breath. Anchoring down into that supporting foot. So, left foot balance. Find your point. If you're looking at me, you're going to fall because I move. Nicely done. Now, bringing that foot down, loop the strap around the ankle. We're still going to balance, so you can let your toe drop to the floor and then bring that foot up. So this just releases the expectation of having to be able to reach your ankle. Some of you will be able to reach your ankle. Some of us cannot. And just draw it up. Now, once you get it up, if you can reach your ankle, then go ahead, but it's not going to happen today for me. So breathe into it. If you're needing a little counterbalance, you can bring your arm up, or you can bring it out or forward. Continue to focus on your breath. Continue to engage that pelvic floor. Nicely done. 2 more breaths. And last one, lower that foot down. Because we have a strap, we don't have to work super hard. So we have one more movement on this foot. So loop that strap back around the ball of the foot. Okay. Hopefully everybody can see me okay what I'm doing. Maybe I should turn this way a little better. And then we're going to do the wide angle. So bring it up and then out. Now, the higher up you can go, great. For me, it's about here. Yes, how about some balance today? Engage that pelvic floor. Counter pose with your arm if you need to. Work at your level. 2 more breaths, you can do it. And lower it down. Okay, core and balance. We're going to do it all in one day. Release that leg. Step those feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Give yourself some big circles. Notice how that left hip feels compared to the right hip. And then reverse it, other way. So here we are. We're not in forward fold, but we still have a great strap. So taking that strap and putting it underneath the other foot. So that would be the left foot. This is going to be an easier side because most people are right hand dominant. Not everybody, but most. We're going to pour into that right foot, engage that pelvic floor, and bring that foot up. So find your drishti point. Work at your level. Find your breath. Nicely done. Belly button to the spine, lengthening through the crown, dropping out of your shoulders. Nice. You've got it. One more breath. And release it down. So the purpose of the strap, hook it around your ankle, is to help draw that foot in so that we're not softening that toe and pointing our toe. That's a different posture. So find where this holds you. Oh, hello, I'm having a cramp in my leg. So sometimes that happens. Oftentimes, if you find that you're cramping, it's dehydration, usually. Sometimes it's the missing of magnesium or potassium. I am sure I need more water, so drop into it. The change of seasons is happening. Anytime there's a change of season, we tend to be a little more dehydrated. Keep breathing, find your breath. Pelvic floor is strong, belly button to the spine, 2 more breaths. Last one, release it down. Give yourself a little break, but we've got one more balance, and then we'll be done. Put that back underneath the ball of your foot, maybe, okay? So reestablish your foundation. Pelvic floor is engaged, belly button to the spine. Oh gosh. Ears up over the shoulders, growing tall, and then as you're ready, lift it up and open it wide. Oh, or maybe don't. Sorry for those of you in the room. Find your breath. Pelvic floor is engaged, belly button to the spine. You've got it. 2 more breaths. Or not. Last one, step out of it. Okay, well that was ugly for me, but open up the feet, and there's no judgment in class, right? So no self-judgment either. That was a beautiful experience. I opened up the synovial fluid of my joints. Spin around those hips. Opposite direction. You got it. Nicely done. All right, so since we're here, let's go ahead and step a little bit wider. Open up that foot, so that would be the right foot. Spin it open. Preparing for triangle. Our hips are nice and open now. Inhaling the hands up, opening them out. Exhale, reach for that front wall and tip into it. There it is, triangle. Remember that you don't have to reach the floor. If you do, keep your heart opening wide. Creating a nice long line of energy, arm to arm. 2 more breaths. And it just came in, we need to do 5 more breaths, staying here. Softening down. Here we go, 5 more. Find your breath, lock in, open that heart, spin it open. Feel the release on the exhale. Three more. Two more. One more, all the way through. Inhaling, lifting up, tipping out. Notice what happened when we went that extra 5 breaths. There's a level of opening that occurred that wouldn't have happened if we would have left too quickly. Spinning it around, triangling the other direction. Inhaling those hands up, exhaling, sliding, touching for the front wall, and then tipping into it. Find where the posture holds you. Engage through the pelvic floor. Lengthen through the crown, belly button to the spine. Keep breathing. Notice how that fifth chakra continues to clear and open. Lock in. 5 more breaths. Here we go. Two more. So from right here on the last breath, which is now, nice deep breath in, we're going to cartwheel over, bringing that hand, bending that knee and coming down and back into downward facing dog. We're just going to pass through dog here real quick. So sink down in it. Let go of that neck and shoulders. Let the heart travel to the knees. Breathe into it. One more breath, really long and intentional. And then scoop forward, passing through plank, lowering down, coming down onto the floor all the way. Hands underneath your shoulders. Lengthen through that right thigh, lengthen through the left one. Engage the pelvic floor, let that pubic bone press to the floor. Shoulders come down, elbows to the floor. Inhale, begin to lengthen through the crown and feel your body lift up into just the smallest cobra ever. Just a teeny little one. Breathing into it. We're going to get a little more powerful here in a minute, but we're just going to introduce the body into this beautiful space of back bend. And we're going to exhale, lower down. And then on the next inhale, bring those shoulders down first, as if you want to anchor the elbows to the floor, like you have weights on the elbows and they're drawing down. We're going to inhale, lengthen long through the crown, and then begin to lift up. Here we go. Find where cobra will hold you. It may not be as deep as mine. It might be deeper. Keep working through those toes. Keep the belly button to the spine. Keep those elbows down. Keep anchoring the elbows to the floor. So they're not touching the floor, but it's like they have weights on the back of them. Lengthening through the crown. Smile. Open your mouth wide. Deep breath in. One more. And then exhale all the way back into child's. Fold over your knees, fold it over. Bow to the greatness within yourself. There it is, right there. Feel the release. So we're going to inhale and scoop back forward. Back forward. Hands haven't moved yet. They're still under your shoulders. Bringing that crown long, elbows in, anchoring them down. Lengthen through your right foot, lengthen through your left foot, and then engage that pelvic floor so that you feel the pubic bone go down into the floor and the belly button come up to the spine. Feel the strength in this flattening here. Bring long in the crown, shoulders away from the neck. Take a nice long inhale. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift back up into cobra. Let the lift occur through the lengthening of the crown, as if you're drawing an arch with the top of your head. Breathing into it, anchoring down. Now remember, deep is not better. Work at your level. Working at your level is the best. Open your mouth. Stick the tongue out. Good. One more time. Feel that fifth chakra really open. Bring those shoulders down. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, release it back into child's pose. All the way back. Releasing it all the way back. Let your third eye touch the mat and just drop all the way down. How far you can go into child. Lock in with your breath. Empty your thinking mind into Mother Earth. We're going to do this one more time. Be very, very mindful of where you're at in this. So if you find that Cobra is super challenging for you, do a little Cobra. Inhaling, rising up, moving forward, lowering yourself down, elbows in, shoulders back, lengthen through the crown. Inhaling as if you have a pencil on the top of your head and you're going to draw an arc with the top of your head. There you go. Find where Cobra holds you. Remembering all the little details. Shoulders are down, the pelvic floor is engaged, belly button back, breathing, softening the jaw, open the mouth. Stick the tongue out long. Mouth breathing. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhaling back into child. There it is, last one. Woo, feel the heat. Feel the opening. Lowering down. So from child's pose, feel your forehead connect to the earth. I'm going to use my hands just so you can hear me talk. And drop into that space. Meditation and motion. So it's an interesting experience to move out of child's pose into whatever your body needs. So for those of you who've never done meditation and motion is an invitation to move your body in a way that the body needs to move versus the mind. So this isn't about, oh, I think I need a downward dog. The body is saying, I need a downward dog, and you just do it. So allow it to be what it is. Moving through your meditation and motion. I'm staying in child's pose because when I talk, I have less of a sensation of moving. So for those of you at home, find your way. Find your way. We're going to do about 5 minutes of meditation and motion. And if you're unsure, you can do what I do. It's okay. But the body has a wisdom that the mind simply does not possess. Very slow. And you might be at a point where you're ready to just drop into Shavasana. And that's okay too. Do that. You might need more twisting. Or perhaps a downward facing dog. Find your breath. Follow it. Meditation in motion is the experience of the self. Sometimes we need more deep twisting. And sometimes we need stillness, and that's all right too. That is actually a posture, stillness. So we've done deep back bends. There'll be no bridge today. A lot of times I know we start meditation and motion from bridge, but today we're doing something a little different. And how does it feel in your experience to listen to your body? How does it feel to be accountable for what you need? Yes. Only you know truly what your soul desire is. So as you find the movement beginning to slow, and beginning to see people drop into positions of stillness. And if you're still moving, you can do that. But for those of you new to yoga, you can begin your journey to Shavasana, which is lying on your back, palms facing open, feet dropping open. And if it's cool, you can cover up with a blanket or not. But we're going to have about 5 more breaths of meditation and motion. So if you're still in movement, continue forward. So in the next couple of breaths, begin to find your way down onto the floor, onto your back, letting go of everything. Completely safe on your sacred space, your yoga mat. Love and fear, two opposite sides of a coin, creating the balance. When a feeling arises, lean into it. Peel away the layers. Finally, discovering love or fear. When you find fear, read it and know that you know it well. When you find love, read it and know you know love well. No judgment, only knowing. On the next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and begin to come back into your body in a way that's gentle and allowing. And as you're ready, roll to your side. Take a moment there and just pause. Feel what it feels like to fully be present in your body, just for this moment. Breathe into it. Use your arm as a pillow if you want, or a blanket. And let this journey back to now be very sacred. This is a transition time. Coming back to easy pose. Because we spent time opening our fifth chakra, our voice, we're going to end with 3 ums today. So, oming is a nice long breath in, and then it's an ah, oh, 3 parts. So as you're ready, deep breath in. Exhale it all the way out. Deep breath in to voice. Breathe in the deliciousness of the vibration of Om. Drink it in, let it move you through your day. May your day be joyful. Namaste.
Namaste.